and record. We are live. Go ahead.
Okay, thanks, John. Okay, I'd like to welcome everybody to the April 13th River Falls City Council meeting. First thing we'll do is say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the
United States of America, to the republic for which it stands,
one nation,
under God,
indivisible,
visible,
with
liberty and
liberty
justice
and justice for all.
Okay. Christy, can we have a roll call, please?
Yes, Bierstead.
Here.
Downing.
Here.
Gagne.
Here.
Eh?
Here.
Morissette.
Here.
Odine.
Here.
Plunkett.
Here.
Watson.
Here.
Thank you.
Okay, next we'll move on to approval of the minutes for the March 23rd regular meeting and the closed session meeting.
I make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
Okay, we got a first and a second on the minutes. Is there any questions about them? Okay, Christy, we have first and a second on the meeting minutes from March 23rd, regular and closed session.
First by Morissette, a second by Watson. We'll start the vote with Mr. Plunkett.
Aye.
Odine.
Aye.
Watson.
Aye.
Gagne.
Aye.
Morissette.
Aye.
Downing.
Aye.
Bierstead.
Aye.
You.
Thank you. Okay, next we have the approval of the bills with Mr. Plunkett.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I make a motion to approve the bills, subject to the approval of the comptroller in the amount of $2,128,528.21. Geez, that number's not quite 2/3 what the residents of the city of River Falls lose on a per capita basis by the state not taking the Medicare expansion. What an interesting coincidence.
Thank you, Mr. Plunkett. Can I get a second?
Second.
Okay, we have first and a second. Are there any questions? Chris, we have first and a second on the bills.
Okay, first by Plunkett, second by Bierstead. We'll start the vote with Ms. Odine. Downing.
Aye.
Morissette.
Aye.
Gagne.
Aye.
Watson. Bierstead.
Aye.
Plunkett.
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Christy. John, public comments. Is there anybody at City Hall or on the phone that you're aware of?
No, there isn't anyone here.
Okay, thank you, sir. So next we'll move on to, so we have a couple council members that'll be moving on after this meeting. This is the last official meeting. We have Mr. Chris Gagne and Mr. Hal Watson. I got a little rundown for each one of them. We'll start with Chris. Hang on a second here. Let's see. Chris was elected to City Council on April 16th as a representative of District 2. He has served on the Emergency Medical Service Advisory Board and 2 terms on both the Library Board and Design Review Committee. Thank you, Chris, for your dedication and service to the City of River Falls. Chris, thanks for everything you've done for us. You've been a great help on the council, and you've done a great job for the City of River Falls. Thank you very much for everything. You got your little plaque. You can hold it up. Look at that. There you go. See, all those years of being awake in the middle of the night, you get a plaque for it. So, Chris, did you want to say anything?
I'd just like to say thanks to Scott Simpson and city staff, Julie Bergstrom, Sarah Carlson. We have a ton of staff that just really do take great care of our community. I think it just goes unnoticed a lot of times, the hard work that those folks put in for our community. And I just want to take my hat off, if I had a hat, to those folks. It's great to serve the community in the capacity I did, but these folks are in that seat every single day, doing the legwork, in dealing with the customer issues, highs, lows, just making sure that the infrastructure in the ground, all the way up to what you see on the police, fire, EMS, city hall, all that stuff gets taken care of. And you know, they have a tough job, and I appreciate them. I'd also say thanks to the rest of the council and mayor. I've served with quite a few people on the council since 2012 when I first got on, and it's been a pleasure to serve with everyone. No matter if I've seen eye to eye with everyone on every issue, I think the council's done a really phenomenal job of really trying to take care of our community. You know, we've seen some political stuff come through, but I think overall we've really done a great job of snuffing that out and working towards a common goal of what's going to be the best for our citizens. So great job to everyone there. It's been an honor. I really enjoyed serving the city of River Falls. I'm not saying that I'd never run for an office again in the city. I just got a lot going on with work and church and family, and I got a 6-year-old. So, you know, priorities got to shift once in a while, and really enjoyed it. So thanks.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you, Chris.
Okay. Then our other member leaving is Hal Watson. Hal was elected to City Council in April 2015 as a representative for District 3. Hal has served as the city's deputy comptroller since 2015. He has also served on several boards, including the Historical Preservation Commission, the Park and Rec Advisory Board, the Emergency Medical Service Advisory Board, and for the last 2 years on the Planning Commission. This is Hal's second time of office. He previously served on the council from 2003 to 2007. And there again, Hal, thank you for your dedication, your steady hand, and your service to the city of River Falls. We greatly appreciate everything you've done for us. And hopefully you won't just disappear after this. You'll be around to help with everything coming forward. You and Chris, there's plenty of stuff as citizens you can help us with. So we greatly appreciate everything you've done. So thanks.
Absolutely. Thank you, Dan. And I think Chris said most of what I want to say, which is basically thank you to all of you for being good colleagues. I've learned a lot from each and every one of you, and it's really been a pleasure. So appreciate your your service as well.
Thanks, Hal, and good luck to you and Chris moving forward after this. So,
thank you.
Okay, so let's move on to the consent agenda. The first thing is a resolution awarding Powell Bridge design contract. This resolution would authorize the city administrator to enter into an agreement with Ayers Associates for engineering of the Powell Avenue Bridge rehabilitation project. The next one is a resolution approving the 2021 fee schedule. And the last one is a resolution supporting a strong state and local partnership. Does anybody want to pull anything?
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to pull consent agenda item number 3.
Okay, anybody else? Okay,
Mr.
I'll
Mayor,
take a motion on the rest. Yep.
Mr. Mayor, I move approval of consent agenda items 4 and 5.
Second.
Okay, we got first and second on number 4 and 5. Are there any other questions or comments? Christy, we have first and a second on consent agenda items number 4 and 5.
First by Odine, a second by Morissette. We'll start the vote with Mr. Gagne.
Aye.
Plunkett. Bierstead.
Aye.
Morissette.
Aye.
Downing.
Aye.
Odine.
Aye.
Watson.
Aye.
You.
Mr. Downey, you pulled the last one.
Resolution awarding Powell Bridge design contract. I had the privilege of serving on the committee for this, and I'd like to recognize the rest of the committee, Crystal, Mike, and Zach. And we all did follow-up calls. I talked with 2 of the operational people for St. Croix Highway Department. And I typically am not a fan of items that don't have multiple bids. This only had one big bidder. And I called around and I got to the bottom of it the best I could. Along with the rest of the committee, we all called several different people. And Ayers is by far the most recommended to do this project. The other ones did not want to compete with them. They're kind of in a league of their own in that respect. Some of the, what I would call expert advice I got from the county was, we need to, they're so big that they're essentially they're going to be waiting on us to get the details that we want in this project. So I highly recommend going with them. This is a safe and good project for the city to do, and it needs to be done. And I just have one question for our city administrator today, and that is, from my understanding, any federal funds that we get in the future, from my understanding, they are retroactively applied to any of the bigger projects we do, correct?
Yeah, I think we're unclear as to what the kind of retroactivity of federal funds are going to be, but it's likely that the time period allowed for those projects is prior to the receipt of those funds. So we expect to get the first tranche of some of the funds in May, and I would suspect that projects that are done now until 2024 are eligible for that. But we still haven't seen any final guidance from Treasury, so I can't give you 100% confidence that that's the case.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Simpson. And I'm going to move approval for this real quick. So, Mr. Mayor, I move approval for the resolution awarding Powell Bridge design contract.
I'll
Second.
second that. I've got a question, Mr. Mayor, if I could.
So go ahead. We have a first and a second on consent agenda number 3. Go ahead, Mr. Morissette.
Yep. So I, staff won't be surprised by this question or statement. I would encourage us to continue to have conversations with St. Croix County. The bridge was probably in disrepair when the transfer occurred to the city, and I feel that there's probably a middle ground hopefully we could reach with the county in discussions with them about the remaining useful life of the bridge as we received it, not unsimilar to how we treated like Cascade Avenue and South Main and Cemetery when we dealt with the DOT years ago on Cascade project. So I'd urge staff to continue to have discussions. Hopefully they're productive, but to push a little bit with the county on that. And again, I don't think staff is too surprised because I sent it in an email. So that's it. Thank you, Mayor.
Yeah. Anybody else have anything on this? Okay, Christie, we have first and a second on consent agenda item number 3.
I have a first by Downing, a second by Bierstead. We'll start the vote with Mr. Morissette.
Aye.
Watson,
Aye.
Plunkett.
Aye.
Gagne,
Aye.
Odine,
Aye.
Bierstead,
Aye.
Downing.
Aye.
Thanks, Christie. Okay, next we'll move on to the administrator's report. If anybody's got anything for Scott, or Scott, if you have anything for us.
I just a couple things here. Gonna open my email to make sure I get the right updates here. I just want to bring the council's attention, the community's attention to the statewide tornado drill scheduled for Thursday, April 15th. The city of River Falls will be participating in that drill. That means the sirens will sound at 1:45 and 6:45 p.m. that day. Sirens are a warning for those who may be outdoor when severe weather approaches. Just I think a helpful clarification about the purpose of the sirens. The sirens are intended primarily for those who are outdoors and not in earshot of a radio or television or something, or their phone maybe, where they can check the weather themselves. It's intended to get people the ability to go and check those sources to find out what the weather is like, and so they're not intended always to reach indoors, certainly not in the season when people have windows closed or air conditioning's on, but it's a primarily intended to be an alternate source of emergency information to weather radios, local radio, TV, internet, or mobile phone apps. And through our emergency management, we would encourage residents to try to find those sources for themselves as a primary source of weather information and safety for their family. The other announcement is we are having a April 17th, 2021 from 9 to 1 is the electronics recycling event. We are asking people to enter that event from Quarry Road. So that would be the road that Quick Trip is on. We'd ask people to take Quarry Road into the industrial park to the Public Works Garage. Customers are limited to one trip for the event, and this will be a free contactless event. If more information can be found on www.rfcity.org/recycling. I did want to take a moment to recognize, to both thank and recognize the two outgoing council members, and also use it as an opportunity for an advertisement for future volunteers of the city. The city, as the council knows, has the opportunity to serve as an elected official. We also have many opportunities to serve as an appointed official in any of a number of committees across the city. The mayor is always looking for folks interested in volunteering as a way to dip your toe if you want to try things before you take the plunge to city council. I do want to thank both Councilmember Gagne and Watson for their service and appreciate their support and professionalism when dealing with the staff. That certainly does not go unnoticed. We appreciate that you have a selfless volunteer job and that you're always looking for information as quickly as possible in order to serve the folks that you're representing. And appreciate that each of you, as every council member does, teaches us different things as staff. It kind of expands our perspective. So, Mr. Watson, I do want to thank you for providing me with a lot of context on past decisions, not just what the decision was, but how the community was feeling when they reached the decision, and keeping that top of mind for me. I think also you've helped teach me to be deliberate and thoughtful in your discussion with council members and kind of reviewing policy options and considering the community feedback. And I appreciate your ability to give me that perspective. Mr. Gagne, I appreciate that you've been a tireless advocate for residents in your district. You've really taken on the mantle of an alderperson and made sure that part of the community is not forgotten in our infrastructure and maintenance decisions. And also that you've supported development throughout the city across all districts that's helped improve the city's tax base. So I want to thank you both for that. Hopefully we made your job as easy as possible, even though the decisions weren't always easy. We're happy as staff to try to give you the tools to make your job as easy as possible. So thank you for both of your service.
You're welcome.
Okay, does anybody else have anything for Scott? Any questions?
I would like to add, if I could, Mayor, a thank you to Hal and Chris too. It's just been a real pleasure to get to know you guys and to work with you through these last few years. We've had some tough ones, but boy, everybody's kept their cool on it, and I think it's just been a real learning experience, and I'm proud to have worked with you. And Hal, tell you what,
Thank you.
I'll let you adjourn the meeting.
Mr. Mayor, I move to adjourn.
Second. Okay, Chrissy, we have first and second to adjourn.
First by Watson and second by Morissette. We'll start the vote with Mr. Bierstedt.
Aye.
Owning.
Aye.
Plunkett.
Aye.
Modine.
Aye.
Gagne.
Aye.
Watson.
Aye.
Morissette.
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, that's it. We are adjourned, guys. Al, Chris,
right.
thank you for everything, guys. Take care.
Thank you, everyone. It's been a real
Thank you.
pleasure.
Thank you.
Everybody take care. Be safe.